few weeks ago, I made a video about all of the new features coming to Blender 5.0. In the comment section to that video, and quite a few of my other videos, I've been absolutely inundated with people asking me the same question ever since. Why does Blender 5.0 not have DLSS? So I thought I would just quickly put this video together to clear up some of the confusion and explain the whole situation to the best that I understand it. The Exterior Masterclass just got even better with a brand new module that adds over 9 hours of bonus content. In this module, I'll show you every step that I took to create this rundown inner city back alley. We'll cover advanced materials, neon signs, creating assets from photos, modeling from references, decals, and tons of other techniques. If you want to get serious about creating exterior architecture scenes in Blender, pick up the Exterior Masterclass and start learning today. Right now, you can save 35% on all of my courses if you use the code SAVE35 at Gumroad. This code even works with the Blender Masterclass bundle, which gets you both the exterior and interior masterclass courses at a big discount. So DLSS, which stands for Deep Learning Supersampling, is a suite of tools which was developed by NVIDIA for use on their RTX graphics cards. It's designed to use the power of AI to increase render performance, especially in real-time applications, mostly video games, and so far it's been very successful and quite well received. There's now hundreds of video games that use it, and you can get better resolutions and better frame rates than you would normally expect with an equivalent piece of hardware that didn't have the technology. DLSS uses a number of different techniques to get better performance, but they're all based around the same idea that you can get more frames at a better quality out of a GPU if you actually render them out at worse quality, but then use the remaining overhead in the GPU to run AI software, which will bring the quality back up while also creating more frames per second. One of the techniques is called upscaling. If you've never heard of upscaling before, it's actually a very basic idea. Rather than rendering out a high-resolution image, which is millions and millions of pixels to render out many times a second, you can render out a much lower resolution image, blow it up to the size that you actually want it to be, let's say 2K resolution, and then use AI to kind of make the image look better so that you can't tell the difference. Now, I want to stress that this isn't like generative AI. It's not going to fundamentally change the image. Characters won't suddenly have 6 fingers or anything like that. All it's doing is it's looking at the low resolution image and saying, well, what might need to be changed to make this look high resolution? So for instance, if there's an object that has an edge which is a little bit jagged, because it's a low resolution edge which has been blown up, it will fill in the details there and do sort of like anti-aliasing. Or if there's a brick wall in the distance that doesn't have much detail, it'll fill that in so it looks like a brick wall. You wouldn't really be able to tell the difference between a DLSS upscaled image and one that was natively rendered at, say, 2K, unless you were comparing them very, very closely. A second technique that DLSS uses is called video interpolation. Now, I've already talked about interpolation on this channel before. It's something that I already use in my own renders using a third-party piece of software called Flow Frames. But the idea behind interpolation is that rather than rendering out, let's say, 30 frames a second, you render out just 15 frames a second, so obviously halving the workload on the GPU, and then you use AI to figure out what the frames in between should look like. So if you have a frame 1 and there's a hand here, and frame 3 there's a hand here, you tell AI and obviously puts the hand in the middle and it calculates the motion blur and all the rest of it. It works insanely well. I'm always really impressed with interpolation. Sometimes you get some weird errors, but for the most part it's very, very good. And DLSS can actually do that in real time. So if you like playing games at 60 frames per second, you can actually render them out at just 30 frames per second and have the AI add in the additional frames. And the final technique that DLSS uses is denoising, which is a concept most of you will already be familiar with because we have it in Blender already. You can render out an image with a lower number of samples and then use AI to get rid of the resulting noise. The denoiser that's in DLSS has obviously been specifically designed to work in real time, so it's very, very fast, and it's designed to use a low number of samples. video games are starting to use ray tracing and things these days for stuff like reflections and global illumination, but they use an incredibly low number of samples, like 3 or 4 per pixel. So this denoise is very, very good at working really, really quickly with really noisy images. So I'm sure based on all that, you can see why people were very excited about getting Blender DLSS. But why did everybody assume it was going to be in version 5? Why did people actually think it was going to happen in the first place? Well, all of that has to do to a conference which happened last year called SIGGRAPH. SIGGRAPH is the largest and I think longest running computer graphics conference in the world. Last year, I think it was Canada. And the Blender Institute guys were there. And NVIDIA obviously have a booth every year as the biggest graphics card manufacturer. And they had a booth with a laptop that was running Blender 5 Alpha, and they were showing off a version of DLSS that was working in real time in the viewport in Blender. A few people made videos about this. I think Blender Guru had one that went quite viral. And everybody saw this and just assumed, oh, this is running in Blender 5. Blender 5 must be getting DLSS, otherwise why would they be showing this off, right? But this was never anything to do with the Blender Institute. It's just something NVIDIA was showing off. Nobody ever said it was going to happen. Nobody ever put a timeline on it. They were just showing off a work in progress of something that they'd been playing around with. So does that mean that it isn't going to happen? Not necessarily. So a while back, I stumbled across an Instagram video that someone recorded at the conference where they were showcasing DLSS in Blender, and I noticed it actually has a comment from someone who works at the Blender Foundation using the official Blender Instagram page, and it says, disclaimer, this is an experimental unreleased feature developed independently by NVIDIA and currently not available for testing. Unfortunately, it's not guaranteed to make it to a final version due to technical and licensing challenges. Now, obviously, that mentions licensing challenges as well as technical things. At the end of the day, Blender is open source software, which means all of the code that gets released with it has to be open source too. So obviously, if NVIDIA doesn't want to open source parts of their DLSS pipeline, then that's just never going to happen. So whoever wrote that comment doesn't necessarily sound that confident that it's ever going to make its way into Blender. I'm a bit more optimistic. I don't have a very satisfying answer to give you about whether we're going to see this or if it'll happen soon or not, but I'm about 70% sure we'll probably see it in the next year. I just can't imagine that NVIDIA would spend the time and money developing something like this in Blender and showing it off publicly unless they were pretty confident that it was going to happen, that they could solve the technical challenges and that they would have a solution to the licensing problems, right? Like, you don't develop the thing and then go, oh, wait a minute, how do we license this? They're going to have that roughly figured out, I imagine. So will we see it? Maybe. That's the best answer I can give you, but definitely not in Blender 5 and definitely not in 5.1. So I hope that clears up some of the confusion, guys. Remember, you can use that code SAVE35 to save 35% on the Exterior Masterclass or any of my other courses as well. And I'll see you in a couple of days with another video.